Most brands succeed if they can create an emotional connection with the consumers, and people want to connect with something bigger than themselves. Claire Huang, former CMO of JP Morgan Chase. I had the opportunity to listen to Claire Huang give a speech at CUA last week. In my own speech, I will be evaluating her speech in accordance to what I have learned in this class thus far. Claire Huang's speech was a lecture, which can also be referred to as a demonstrative speech, as the purpose of it was to educate us. Her speech was part of the CEO lecture series the Bush School of Business holds bi-monthly. Claire Huang's speech was titled, "Is There Profit in Selflessness?" She spoke on how a company can be successful without focusing solely on profits. She defined 3 action items in which to do so: be purpose-driven, be customer-obsessed, and make ethical choices. Claire Huang's speech clearly was very well thought out, and she prepared very well for it, and that for that reason, it flowed very well. The speech was organized, clear, and concise. She used a PowerPoint as a visual to summarize her thoughts. It allowed me to retain the main points, even if I found myself lost for a second. She also utilized a story in her introduction, which immediately drew the listener's attention. A quote to summarize the speech at the end. These 2 elements, as we have learned, make for a very cohesive speech. Although Claire Huang's speech was purposeful and organized, I found myself lost in her speech at times. There are some ways that Claire Huang could improve her public speaking. She talked in circles a bit and kept flipping back and forth between the slides, and that got a bit confusing. She spent a lot of time on the first point rather than splitting the time in between each individual point. A straightforward presentation would have kept me from zoning out so much. Claire Huang lacked varying tone of voice and emotion. Being that the speech was fairly long, it is easy for listeners to lose focus for a second. A speech needs to be very engaging when it is long in order to hold on to the listener's attention. I enjoyed Claire Huang's speech overall, but even a successful woman like her, with I am sure plenty of public speaking practice, always has room for improvement. So, with my last sentence, I will leave you with a quote from her. "We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give." Thank you.